Kyler Murray is chaotic. I mean, look at this.
Running out of time, on the move, coming back this way. Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Sometimes that chaos is must-watch TV, but sometimes it's just ugly, ugly chaos.
Rams pressure is picked up. Kyler! Did he get rid of it? It's intercepted!
Kyler was a Heisman winner and the #1 overall pick in 2019. He was pitched as the guy to save the Cardinals. An anonymous AFC executive said before the draft, the kid is way better than Lamar Jackson. Better arm, more accurate, better anticipation, better processor, better athlete. That dude needs to reveal his identity ASAP. His college coach Lincoln Riley added, he'll be the fastest quarterback in the NFL by a long shot the day he walks in the door. All right, Lincoln, I mean, Lamar Jackson exists. Michael Vick even said, I think Kyler can be more explosive than me. He has the potential to do things that have never been seen at the position. It didn't happen as fast as fans hoped. The organization still believed he was the guy who could win them their first Super Bowl when they signed an extension in July 2022. But some weird contract stipulations showed some signs that the faith might be wavering. By December 2022, the Cardinals were 4-8. Kyler tore his ACL. 2 months later, the head coach and GM that drafted him were replaced. And the new regime couldn't figure out how to maximize him despite drafting offensive players with their first-round picks in back-to-back drafts. The Cardinals went 15-36 over 3 seasons, and now ownership has let go of their head coach and their quarterback. Kyler Murray went from getting compared to an NFL MVP to a team taking a $50 million cap hit just to get rid of him. But the dude's still only 28 years old. He's 7 years removed from being revered as a generational talent. And this offseason, he signed with a guy that has proof that he can unlock that potential. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell already has a line on his resume that looks awfully similar to what Kyler is looking for. He took a highly touted prospect that was let go by the franchise that drafted him and showed the whole NFL that he's a high-tier starter in this league. Can he do it again? Can Kevin O'Connell fix Kyler Murray? To answer that, you already know the deal. We're taking a closer look at the film. We're going to run through some of Kyler's struggles. And more intriguing to me, we're going to take a closer look at what worked with KOC and Sam and what didn't work with JJ McCarthy. We ready? Let's get it. Let's start with the things that have held Kyler back from winning 12 games in a season. And it's plays like this where you're turning on the film and you're like, dude, you got all the arm talent in the world, but why are you locking in on a single receiver and throwing an interception with the defender right there? Here we go. We got a dig route on the top of the screen. The back's going to try to control this will, and ultimately Kyler's got to manage these two linebackers. This linebacker is going to go with the back, and this linebacker is ultimately going to be the guy that makes this interception. He fools Kyler by opening his hips to the defense's right, offense's left initially. Kyler's like, I got him. Nope. He just flips his hips around. Easy, easy, easy picking. You go to the back view right here. Again, it's 13. Boom, he's going to drop like he's going to his right, but he still stays right on this hash. Kyler pre-plays this play in his mind. Kyler's eyes don't even go really to his left. They kind of stay right down the middle of the field, making it easy on 13 to just stay in his zone and easy to just pick off this dig route. Give me that. Boom. Can't happen. It's a good play by the linebacker, but the National Football League, you got to know what he's trying to do. Second play we got here. Here we got a go ball taking the middle of the field, more of a crosser. It ends up being thrown onto him on this side of the field. It should have never been thrown that late, hence the problem. But you also got a vertical down the middle of the field, and then you got over the middle route by the tight end, and then the shallow by this receiver. I like going to this guy here, but Kyler, what happens is he gets pressure, and then you'll see he unnecessarily breaks down with his footwork instead of just stepping up and delivering this throw and making it happen. This is the vulnerability of being a dual threat quarterback. When you're a pocket passer like me, there's no thought in the back of your mind of like, ooh, let me step up and try to make something happen. I have no mobility like that, so I have to trust the progression. Because Kyler has mobility here, I think he's like, ooh, let me break down and try to make something happen before he trusts that this receiver is ultimately going to get open on the other side of the field. I'll play it. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This route is open. Kyler just doesn't deliver the ball early enough, waits, and then it ultimately gets intercepted. Step up, stay tall, which I know is a low blow for Kyler, but you know what I'm talking about. And then here he throws a ball into double coverage, trying to get Marvin Harrison going on a little circle route. He's going to have the safety coming over the top. The corner is underneath him the whole way. Kyler is going to escape this pocket. It's late in the game. You might be trying to force something, make something happen. But to me, even though he's got Jared Verse coming off this edge, yes, that's tough. Yes, he gets pressure. But flip your hips, quarterback. Reset up, like knowing, hey, it's deep down in distance. Would I rather try to force this ball into double coverage or take a shot with tight end over the middle of the ball? He's working scramble drill, or a dig route coming right to left. Again, easier said than done when Jared Verse is breathing down your neck. My point here is this is where Kyler Murray is not at his best, forcing a football into double coverage and not just sticking within the scheme, or at least sticking within his own mobility. Sticking within his own mobility, Max, what does that mean? What I mean by that is, okay, have your mobility be an asset where you can get out of the pocket and then reset, not where it's get out of the pocket and let's just kind of keep running and chuck it up and then mistakes happen. But the thing is with Kyler, sometimes that chaos turns into the most electric football you've seen the quarterback position play. There's no point really in me diagramming this play because it's just going to be full scramble drill. Kyler Murray escapes for 29 yards. But I do want you to pay attention to 43 right here. The Bills are spying Kyler Murray. They are literally like, hey, let me play defense with just 10 guys to ensure that this does not happen. That's why you're calling the defense, yet Kyler Murray is so good, or can be so good, to still punish the quarterback spy here and pick up 29 yards. This is fun, man. I would, to have this ability. Little like, whoop, whoop. Little guy running around. Hell yeah. Balling out. Ooh, we get some back view. Check this out. 1, 2, 3. Ball's not there. All right. We're scrambling around. All right. Recess football. Recess football. Whoop. Yeah. Pick it up. This is where Cardinal fans are like, man, why can't this have been the Kyler Murray every single time? Another great example here. I will diagram this up so you can appreciate how this play unfolds. You got a little control route here. You got a basic on the top. You got a corner up top. This is Wilson's the guy that's going to catch this touchdown. He sits down over the middle of the ball. He's open. If you're a pocket passer and you miss this one receiver, you're screwed. But Kyler's got mobility where then he'll find him on a little backyard football, play breaks down, using his mobility for a touchdown on the B or I and Bills. But again, speaks to the power and the mobility that Kyler Murray has. Running around, boom, ball out, touchdown. Get some back view for people's enjoyment. This is so legit. Well done. And then this one is big time. We all know about Kyler Murray's legs. And to be honest, like the play right before this, he runs like 84 yards literally around the field to pick up a touchdown. And then this is the 2-point play, 2-point conversion. It's an absolute dime. We all know about his legs. Let me show the arm. He's got a little dig on the top of the screen. That's where the ball is going to go for a touchdown. He's got a little slant, a little glance, and they're going to try to hit a little fade on the bottom of the screen. Look at this dime. He paints it on the receiver. And then side note, I have no idea what this safety is doing. This safety, your job is to double cover this receiver here, and he's just kind of chilling and like, yo, let me just hang on this side of the field while a dig route right behind my head gets scored for a touchdown. But look at this. Bop. That is painting it on the receiver. I think we got back view on this one. Yeah, check out this throw. You're so worried about his mobility. You're not getting a great pass rush. You let Kyler Murray hang back there, and he dices you up. So Kyler Murray has the highest ceiling of any scrambling quarterback when things go right. But when they go wrong, they go really wrong. The question is, can someone channel that chaos? Can someone take care of all that raw ability, but then put structure around it without killing the magic? That's exactly what Kevin O'Connell did with another chaotic quarterback. Before Sam Darnold was a Pro Bowler, he was this. 4 picks, 33-0 on national television. And in the middle of it, a hot mic caught him saying he was seeing ghosts.
Seeing ghosts.
And I hate that whole thing. I think the media totally overblew it. But the point is, that looks a lot like ugly chaos. Now watch what Kevin O'Connell did. He simplified the offense for Darnold. He shortened the play calls, got the play in earlier on the clock, and reduced the amount of pre-snap decisions that Darnold needed to make. He gave him the framework to execute successfully, and look at this. This is a dime. It's a play action fake. He's going to set up over the center. You got Justin Jefferson, per usual, getting double covered, but he's kind of like getting covered in the hat, like 1.5 covered, because this safety's trying to get all cute and Darnold makes him pay. Here's what I mean. You got a corner underneath. You got a corner over, or a safety over the top. Justin Jefferson here. He's going to inside release, and then it turns into a vertical route. It kind of looks like a circus route being an inside release, vertical, and then out towards the corner. I view this more as still like this almost feels like a longer cover 2 hole shot. But what's impressive is Darnold is beating 2 defenders here with this throw, and it's a play action that he ends up stepping up and then throwing this ball on the run. That's an absolute dime. We got this from both the all-22 coaches view and the back view. This is big time. This is where the Seahawks probably saw their future quarterback like, yeah, this guy's got some juice to him. We'll let Geno walk because our quarterback's going to be making throws like that and leading us to the Super Bowl. Sam finished the 2024 season with 35 touchdowns, 4,300 yards, and a 102.5 passer rating. Darnold looked elite. 35 touchdowns, 14 wins, a Pro Bowl nod, all for the guy that the rest of the league had given up on. But not us, not this channel. I got the receipts to back it up. We knew Darnold was going to pop off. That's why we do these breakdowns. But I'm not going to lie, it wasn't perfect. With the NFC North title on the line against the Lions in 2024, yeah, that ugly chaos, it reared its head again. Darnold was missing throws, holding onto the rock too long. He finished 18 for 41, his second highest off-target percentage of his career at 34% of throws. And here's one of them. We just talked about the circus route. This is a circus route on the bottom of the screen. Tight end motioning in. He's got a wheel route down the left sideline. You got a dig route, which is where the ball ends up going. Tight end that's checking and then going to release down here. The reason Darnold takes his eyes to the left is you got Justin Jefferson double covered, safety over the top of him. The problem is this safety the entire way is giving body language like he's driving on this dig route. It's excellent coverage by the Lions. No one is open. But these are the scenarios that Darnold had gotten himself in trouble in the past where he's maybe forcing this dig. This might have been like a half throwaway situation. Regardless, it's ugly. We'll look towards the back view. Like, look at this. This is a pick waiting to happen. Yes, he gets hit, but that is not good. And then in the playoffs, the Rams blitzed him early and often. He looked like the whole, young Darnold again. Indecisive, inaccurate, and 9 sacks. So even the Kevin O'Connell system has its limits. When the pressure dials up and the chaos gets too loud, some of those old habits can creep back in. But here's what matters. For 16 of 17 regular season games, the system worked. And O'Connell took Darnold from a dude that was seeing ghosts to a dude that won 14 games. Hey, real quick, if you're enjoying this video, do me a solid, hit the like and subscribe button down below. Helps the channel out a ton. Enjoy the rest of it. Now let's talk about the dude that was supposed to be the future all along. We're going back to his very first real NFL action, and a former Viking picks him off and takes it to the house. I mean, this is a simple corner, off coverage, eyes on the quarterback, looking at him the whole way. He knows he got a tight alignment receiver, which is alert, alert, alert. He might be coming in to then break out. Corners aren't idiots. They might not be able to catch the rock, except for here, but they aren't idiots. And then little nugget, I won't harp on this play too long. Can't false step if you're the quarterback. This has to be 1, 2, 3, ball out. This can't be false step, 1, 2, 3, ball out. Because if you false step in the National Football League, you're going to get picked and it's going to go the other way. I'll show you what I mean when the false step means he's going to with his... See how he hops into his 3-step drop? He hops in with his left foot. This would have been a pick either way. This corner read this route the entire time. Rookie quarterback, first start, he's jumping this the whole way. But you can see in his drop, he adds like a 4th step in there. That right there is the ugly chaos with JJ. When his timing's off or his reads aren't locked in, his point and shoot style means that when his reads are wrong, the ball's already gone and it's probably going to the other team. Example of that right here versus Green Bay. It's going to be a Tampa 2 look by the Packers. Safety here. Safety here, this mic dropping deep. Vikings got a vertical route on the middle of the field, a dig coming behind him with Justin Jefferson, and this tight end's kind of the control route underneath. This is a tight window. This is tough. You're down in this football game, I get the deal. But this guy is just not open. You got 3 defenders in there, and JJ already made up his mind that, hey, I'm throwing this ball hell or high water, and it gets picked. He had 87 yards passing in this game against Green Bay, 2 more picks, then a concussion. Yeah, that's a quarterback whose confidence is going to get tested in real time, real quick. But when McCarthy's chaos is channeled, he's a completely different player. Same game as the pick 6, down 10 in the 4th quarter of his NFL debut. Most rookie quarterbacks here, they fold. McCarthy, he hits Justin Jefferson for a touchdown. Then he floats a perfect ball to Aaron Jones for 27 yards in the lead. Then he tucks it himself for a 14-yard scamper, a rushing touchdown to ice it. He became the first starting quarterback to overcome a 10-point deficit in the 4th quarter of an NFL debut and win in regulation since Steve Young, the lefty, in 1985. Random fun fact, here's a picture of me and Steve Young in the Phoenix airport when I was like, I don't know, late elementary school. We're pulling out the archives. And we got one more. It's Sunday Night Football in Dallas. His first pass gets tipped and intercepted. Cowboys go up 7-0. Then once again, McCarthy doesn't flinch. He hits Naylor for a 20-yard touchdown to tie it. This is the controlled chaos. He finished the 2025 season with 4 wins and 14 total touchdowns in his first 8 career starts, which puts him in a group of Pat Mahomes, CJ Stroud, Dak Prescott, and Aaron Rodgers. But don't get me wrong, McCarthy's chaos is just different than Kyler's. It's younger, it's rawer. Like, he still finished the season with 11 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. The deep ball needs work. His old game needs work. Hence why they went and got Kyler Murray. But Kevin O'Connell, he's already shown that he can take a chaotic quarterback and build a system around that chaos to channel it rather than fighting against it. Kevin O'Connell himself said something that I think sums up what we're talking about perfectly. He said the most important part of a quarterback's development is when it doesn't go right. When there are growing pains, when there are struggles, that's when you gotta buckle up and put your big boy pants on as a coach. O'Connell doesn't try to remove the chaos from his quarterbacks. He builds a framework around it, he simplifies. He's giving them confidence and he lets them just go play. Kyler Murray's had 6 years of coaching carousels, an ACL tear, a franchise that didn't really ever build around his strengths. And oh, by the way, he's never had a coach like Kevin O'Connell. Sam Darnold went from being counted out by every other YouTube page except for this one to winning 14 games. Kyler Murray is chaotic, but in Minnesota, chaos might be a feature, not a bug.